Hey everybody in YouTube, how are y'all doing today? Today I have something I think you're going to be very pleased to see. And it's the first Tactix Day 1 backpack from First Tactical. This is a newer backpack from the company that came out in late 2015, maybe early 2016. And it's a much radical departure from the other backpacks I've reviewed on this channel before. So let's go ahead and dive into this preview. I want to make it clear it's not a review. I just got this backpack 5 days ago, but I have been using it since the get-go. So at least I can show you how it works in the real world with how I've configured it. But I can't tell you the long-term comfort, I can't tell you long-term durability, stuff like that. So we'll do a review later, but for now let's do a preview. And I gotta warn you also, excuse me, I got a cold. This is going to be a long preview. This backpack is loaded with tacticool features. So much tacticoolness, it's going to take a long time to cover, and forgive me if I miss something. So let's dive in now. Okay, first, it is proudly made in Vietnam. It is officially listed as a 40.5 liter backpack. It will run from firsttactical.com's webpage at $179.99. However, if you sign up for their newsletter on their webpage, you will get a 15% discount on your first order, and they will also give you a heads up on sales that are going on. I got this at a sale, that's why I bought it. And also, Amazon, you can start looking, they start floating these over at Amazon too, so you can start shopping on that area. Now from there, let's make our way from, now that we've covered some of those stats, oh, and I should also mention, this is made of 500/1000 denier, water-resistant generic nylon. They don't let me make this clear, they do not use Cordura nylon. You'll hear a lot of reviewers are saying that stuff about backpacks, how they always use Cordura. No, this is just generic nylon. It doesn't say the source, and apparently it's not ballistic nylon either. It's just nylon. Keep this in mind, please. Okay, now let's go from the outside in. Okay, first, as you can obviously see, this thing has got pockets, 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 and pockets. And you can also see that this also happens to have the First Tactical's new Lynx, L-Y-N-X, laser cut MOLLE system. You have it right here. You have it behind this pouch. See right there? Boom. You got it here. You have it on top. You have it on the sides. You even have it on the front of their straps here. And if you notice, you even got a place to put your favorite morale pouch, or not pouch, but morale patch right here. So you have lots of POW weapons, lots of options, and on the bottom, you have a place to strap your bedroll, jacket, or something like that. Lots and lots of webbing. I think that's a good thing. I'm happy about that. Next, let's talk about the pockets. Let us work from the outside and move our way up. Okay, first, to do that, we're going to remove these compression straps. It should be noted these compression straps, there are two of them. They are both repositionable, so you can disconnect this, move it to any place you want, or just simply remove it if you don't like it. So let's remove these. And it has these elastic little protectors over it also. Now on the outside, you have two pockets. Each of these has two pocket here with space here in the front to stuff something. In here, I have mouthwash because I'm at work, you know, after lunch or something, I want to wash my mouth out. Got a marker here because I use these at work. And I got like multi-tool in this top pocket. And just some deodorant. I mean, to be honest, it gets hot. I like to freshen up throughout the day. But it opens up into this butterfly configuration. And as you can see, it does not go all the way down. Keep this in mind. Okay? Let's zip those back up. Now behind this is an admin pocket. So you got pockets and organization here on top of pockets and organizations here. And you can see I got a zippered compartment that's already been opened. We got this removable key fob here from First Tactical, along with a more, what do you want to call it, stitched in key fob, which I keep my USB thumb drives on. And yes, I'm one of the few people that actually uses these things. Right here, let's remove the T here and stuff. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots, heck, maybe even more, for your pens, markers, whatever you'd like. You have behind that a back slot, which I have some lunch here. Like I said, the zipper compartment. Now, it should also be noted, this does not go all the way down, okay? This is as far as it goes, so that can be a little problematic when you're trying to access your stuff, as I'm finding out. And it should also be noted, just like the other backpacks, there is nothing on this backside here, okay? Except a little place to write your name, to show ownership. So no mesh pockets or anything like that. Let's go ahead and zip this back up. Behind that is another compartment. You slide this open, and then you get into the CCW compartment. So the CCW, just like a lot of backpacks, you know, it's going to be hard to show. I got this thing loaded with stuff. There is Velcro in here to put your magazines, your pistol, whatever. Just like you've seen with so many other brands before. Let me see if the camera can at least pick it up. It's right here, right there. Okay. Zip that up also. Put the compression straps back. Let's turn to the side one more time. Because see, you have these two handles here, which are very nice. So you can pick it up on the side. Voila, isn't that nice? On the front, again, we have the straps, but what's interesting about the straps is first you have the sternum strap here, okay? The sternum strap, if you notice, has these tubes here, okay? So you can adjust this just by going up or off, like this, up, down, however you like, and it comes off. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this off for right now. Now also, on these straps, it is, I guess you want to call it the dual foam, just like they had with their other straps. It looks like there's a little bit wider than their previous offerings, and maybe a little bit thinner, but it's got the mesh there. You got this, you got a hoop, a loop right here to move your camelback tube or something like that through there. And you also notice something, you got like what looks like a second handle here. It's not really so much a handle, it's more like a yoke strap. What this is designed to do, this is designed to be the yoke to help distribute the weight on your neck. But they've made it, as you can see here, to where it's adjustable. So you can widen it, you can make it narrow, and if you don't like it, you can always, of course, remove it. That's a nice feature. I do like that. And going on the outside, let's go ahead and start talking about this compartment here. This is the compartment that houses your backboard. So let me unbuckle this real quick. You have Fast-Tech style buckles here. Make sure you can see those. Again, with this elastic protector. Remove this off. Voila. Now, oh, how should we put this? This is one of the reasons I bought the previous packs, is because of their backboard system that could be used as a paddle, a splint, and also a snow shovel. I thought that was really cool, and as a guy who has CLS training, Combat Lifesaver Training in the Army, I have to be called upon sometimes to do medical aid, and as a standby, I thought this would be really cool to have. It's one less thing to carry. If I'm ever, like when I'm with my family and they get hurt, I could have something like this on standby. Really cool. But as I mentioned in my previous reviews, the way they designed it before was a really big headache. Now I think I figured out how to work it. Let's talk about that real quick. First, you gotta have to have weight in here. This backpack is weighed down. That's why I'm having problems like showing you some of the things. So you open this flap up. Get this out of the way. Reach down. You're probably gonna want to have to take it like right here too, and it will come right out. This is much different design. See how it's got the maybe aluminum stays right here? You can pull this out and use it and adjust it to fit your back. So if you're willing to bend it, you can make it fit your back perfectly. Pretty nice deal. One thing I would like to see, because they've improved this design versus the previous backpacks I've reviewed, is because it's supposed to be used like in a possible medical situation. I'm always thinking about speed and ease of use, right? So I would like to see to where there's some sort of grab handle here. So instead of having me to reach all the way down here blindly, because that's what you do, you saw in the backpack, I'm just kind of reaching down looking for a hold and driving it, or looking for a hole and pulling up. Why not make a handle of some sort here so where you can just reach it, pull it out? That makes more sense to me. But this is an improvement versus the previous models I reviewed. So I'm not going to send it back, I'm not going to complain about it, I'm just thankful it works. And to reinsert it, oops. Hold on. Let me take a moment to put this back in. All you gotta do is line up with the tubes. See, like that, reinserts. Now it should just go, put it in this compartment. Much easier than last time, but of course, like I said, you also have to have some weight in this backpack, and I'll get into that in a moment. Another feature of this backpack that's really important, and let me buckle this up, demonstrate this. These shoulder straps are adjustable in height. This is a really cool feature. So now if you're like a short person, you can make this shorter to fit you better. If you're a taller person, you can adjust these straps to go up. And how you do it is, look right here, see this tab? You have nylon that goes from here down. And it's going to be hard to show on camera, but you basically have this type of buckle turned this way. So it's kind of like in this type of position. So it just loops through there. You have one on both sides. And to adjust it, you need to kind of like just reach in there, loosen it up, and pull the strap up. I find it easier to work with if you remove like any of your computer equipment or anything. Remove all that stuff, remove the backstay, because it gets in the way, and then it becomes easier to adjust. Now, one thing I'm kind of curious about how it's going to play out in the months to come. Alright, so you got your backpack adjusted, right? You're good to go. What's going to happen as I pull up on this, and if you got like 30 pounds in here, is it going to cause this to loosen up and lose its position or even slip out? It'll be interesting to see. Well, I carry my backpack a lot like this. How's that going to affect the adjustment? Because there's no buckles or anything to keep this in place. You're just looping it through. Again, this type of system, except, you know, what you want to call it, turn vertically maybe. Yeah, on the vertical position. And that's it. No buckles, no straps to hold in. Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Also, but it is a good feature overall. I'm glad, you know, it does need improvement. I think they should make it easier, but I'm glad to have it nonetheless, and it seems to work. So again, I'll live with it for now. It should also be mentioned that you have a back Velcro here, as the commercial likes to mention on YouTube. So you can put your 6 inches here, so you can put like your name tape or something. Again, you have more mesh here, just like the other backpacks. And again, like the other backpacks, you have a tunnel to put a belt through. Or you can, you know, one of these type of belts through, 1.5 inches. It does not come with a belt. You have to get your own. First Tactical, for some reason, does not sell it. I don't know why. But thankfully, there's enough on the market to compensate for right now, so it's not a big deal to me. And something, speaking of the market, we should mention, okay, a lot of people are going to complain justifiably that this only has 2 straps. You know, compression straps, one on this side, one on this side. People complain because when you compress it, it forces the stuff down here. And First Tactical does not offer you a chance to buy compression straps. Alright, so what I'll do, what you can do is, to compensate, if you happen to have 5-in-1 Tactical's tier system straps, which are the straps designed to connect a large backpack to a small backpack like their Moab set, you can use those as compression straps. I'll put a link in there so you can find those on Amazon and, you know, maybe purchase your own. I have a pair at home I'll dig up and eventually attach this if I decide to go with compression straps. Alright, so let's see. We've covered all the outside here. Oh, except for this compartment. Now, besides having these points here, just like the other packs, it also has a secret slot here. This little zipper right here, where you can put your rain fly in, or I don't know, CCW or something. And let's see if this one's got the little hook in there. Yep, it's even got a little hook inside, which I can't show you. I can only feel it. So you can attach your rain fly to that. That's good. Alright, so that's all the outside. Oh, from here, we need to talk about the exterior pocket, the upper pocket. Now in this upper pocket, see my hand? It's big, almost, it covers it this way. It is not a sunglasses pocket per se. It's got nylon. See? You got nylon, you got this gray backing here, but you can put sunglasses in here if you want. The actual sunglass pocket though is right here. Here's the handle. It's right underneath the handle. Now this pocket is not very big. Let me get my glasses out carefully here. This pocket is much smaller than this pocket. These glasses, I don't say it's a tight fit. It fits okay, but if they're any bigger, like a larger size Oakley, these are Oakleys, but if you got some of the more squarish ones you'll see some guys wear, you would have problems trying to get them in there. And let's finish up this area, then we'll start diving into the main pocket. So, just like the other packs, you have this computer section here. This is your hydration pocket. It is also your laptop sleeve, and it's also where the rifle will go, and I'll explain that later. Now what they did was different in this one. These pockets are deep. I mean, it just eats up my computer. This is my MacBook right here. I got some folders and stuff in here. This right here. To help with your laptop, you have these two pockets right here. See, you can put your like cables and stuff in there. And I should make a small correction. The use of this for your hydration pocket is kind of questionable. As I said before, and as pointed out in First Tactical's advertisement, these are for your hydration bladder tubes. But there's really no dedicated spot. So what I did previously on the other packs when testing them out, I would put my hydration pocket, or I'm saying pocket, my bladder here, and then I would try to connect it to maybe this strap right here somewhere, and then run it through here. And it worked. It wouldn't necessarily hold on here well, so it might slide in your pack, but that seemed to be okay. You're just going to have to play around. I wish First Tactical had more guidance on what their recommendation is to where to put your hydration bladder. But, it's not, it still holds it, it'll still work, and so I'm going to deal with it for right now. So let's go ahead. Let's say we've covered this compartment, we've covered all this. Let's make our way inside. Hi everyone, I just want to take a moment and clarify something. I made a comment about how this backpack will hold a rifle, but I did not explain that. So let me go ahead and explain that real quick. Okay, so what it is, you need to unzip this here. This is like your laptop compartment sleeve. Now see this zipper pull? You have this hole here, right? This is your lock feature. So you pull this through. Let's get a good little zoom in on that. Okay, so you pull this through here, right, because that's your safety feature if you want to call it that, and then you zip it all around. Now if you notice, here's my hand going through here. Remember the books I showed you? So if we look through here, my hand will go all the way through. And what you do is you take First Tactical's patented, proprietary rifle case, slide it in there, pull it through, and connect it to these kind of like G hooks. I personally don't have the rifle case. I have no need for it, but that's a feature I said I'd follow up on. I just wanted to point it out. So now, thanks And back to the review. Does this feel like a review? But yeah, it's just a preview. Yeah. Now here's some things I really like about this. These are some improvement. I'm going to try to do this justice, so give me a second. I'm going to bring this camera in a little bit closer so you can get the full view of this. Okay, let's see if this works. Alright, this opens 190 degrees, okay? So you get full opening. Now previously on First Tactical, the way they designed their interior pocket here, you had an opening here, and it was just an open, like you could put your water bottle and stuff in, and then you cinched it down. There was no zippers or anything. Now they've changed that. You have side pockets here that you can reach in and get your stuff. I got like a collapsible cup here, and on this side I got an extra little waist belt I took from an old backpack to use. Sorry, got my cold, so I'm all stuffy and everything. Now the reason they did it this way is, the theory is your backpack could swing to your side, and being ambidextrous, you could unzip it and reach into the left and right and get maybe your pistol, gun, whatever you need to get from there. That's the way they designed it, is to open from the side. Whether you like that or not, well, you know, we're all gonna find out. I just got this too. So I'll find out, you know, we'll find out together whether that's a good idea or not. But what is a good idea, I think unquestionably, is you have right here these little rip-away pouches. In this one, I have an Israeli bandage because I use this as part of my EDC kit. In here, I keep like an extra flashlight, lighter, and some other stuff. Pretty cool. You know, and what's really nice is if you don't like this design or something, you can always take these off, put in the one you like. And also, let me move these books out of the way. I was showing you what. So see where I got this backpack, this cream flag, and all this paneling with this condor rip-away pouch? I can put this here if I like. Ta-da! I can put these here if I like. Whatever I want to do, just like that. This back panel, it should be mentioned, is not Velcro. It's a cloth material. But the Velcro works really great with it. Doesn't matter. Should also be noted, if you can see, there are no exterior pockets here, okay, on the side. But you have two interior pockets, like where my water bottle is here. It will hold a 40-ounce clean canteen. And you got one on the opposite side. So let's take a moment and clean this up. Alright, so now I've cleaned up everything, put everything back into the backpack, and if you will, reset it. You know, you see I got the compression straps back on and everything. So now, what I want to do, I'm going to give you a 360-degree view of it. Let's look at the 360. You got the front, you got the side here, you got the back side, side again, and it should be mentioned now. This backpack comes to my lower spine. It's like almost on my buttocks. I had to adjust it for that. I had to reach into the backpack and make my adjustments for this. When I initially purchased it, it was like more up to where my hand is, like right here. And that's also important because see where my yoke strap is here? When I initially got it, it was further back. But now that I've adjusted further up, it's closer to my neck, it feels like. So keep that in mind. It's possible you might get this yoke too close to your neck that you may not even like it, so you might just want to remove it or something. I hope you enjoyed this preview. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell me what your thoughts are on this. And until next time, have a great one. Bye.